My name is Dee Wilson. This is my granddaughter, Amelia. November 13th of 2003, my husband at the time and I were raided. The police came in full force, and we both went to jail, and the Department of Human Services took my kids. That night was probably one of the hardest nights of my life. My daughter, she was so mad, told me, "Look what you did to the family, look what you did to us." And I couldn't do anything but say, it's my fault. I spent almost 7 months in Tulsa County Jail because my attorney wouldn't show up for court. People say they found God in jail. I already knew where he was. I had just got kind of disconnected. So I spent that time getting reacquainted, reading scripture, reading books, and it was kind of a situation that I truly believe that my attorney didn't show up because God said I needed to be there. I know it maybe sounds kind of crazy, but he waited till everybody that I knew was gone. They were either in jail or they had moved away or, something. They were just not there anymore. I was in jail with a lady that was talking about how this man was going to have to do time for her for this house catching on fire. And she was just going to let him go to prison for arson when her meth lab was the one that blew up. And I was writing my husband and I was telling him about how crazy it was that this woman thought it was funny. And it happened to be his cellmate that was going to court for that. I get called out of my cell, and when I walked in, I thought it was my attorney, and it was a public defender. She said, "I have this case, and I need you to testify." I said, "I'm not testifying." It happened that she said, "Well, I'll have to subpoena you," and I said, "Well, that's what you'll have to do." Just so happened, she was in the courtroom the day that I was supposed to be there, and she talked to the judge. I got called to court without my attorney. And Judge Gillert called my name, and he says, "I hear that you have a drop dead date on your kids." And I said, "Yes, sir, I'm gonna lose my kids if I can't get out of here. And my attorney won't show up." And he said, "I will call you back tomorrow." And he said, "I'll get in touch with your attorney. He'll be here." The next day I got called to court. My attorney was there. It was on a Friday. It was May 21st of 2004, and I was released from jail. I was able to spend the night with my kids and seen them, and I had no place to go. I had no car. My car had been destroyed. I had no clothes that could fit because, I went from a size 3 to a size whatever it was because I was now clean. So the only place I had to go was a friend that I used to use drugs with. And I stayed there for a while, and while she was doing all her mess, and I was bound and determined I was going to get my kids back. And I had gotten a thing called Focus. It was 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. So every day I go to the residence for women, and I did my Focus program. And within 4 months of my release, I got my children back. I ran into a total of one person at the Quick Trip in the same neighborhood, and I didn't even know who she was. So when I say I was delivered from the addiction, I was delivered. I was delivered from the lifestyle, the people, everything. And I truly believe that God left me in there long enough that I didn't have to worry about it. And since then, I've had good jobs. I've went to school. I have an associate's. I know without a shadow of a doubt I would have never made it through any of this without God.